Hello everyone, this is Buggy Digo talking. We are gonna talk today about fighters and with a tier list, of course. So let's get straight into it. We are gonna start with a triple S, Fujitora. This guy is a monster. He can get you through all the whole game. He has massive damage in his kit. He has a lot of innate crit rate as well, meaning he doesn't need a lot of crit rate to be useful. You will just need to put a little bit of crit damage on him, and you're good to go. He has already a lot of it in his kit, and he kind of gambles with his passive, which might not be good. That you will do less damage, but it also might be awesome. All right. And this guy, trust me, if you're paid to win, you want to build this guy. If you want to build a Marine team, if you want to build Emperor team, that's another talk. I wouldn't build him because you have better options, at least in my own opinion. And we're gonna talk about them later. This is just about Fujitora right now. So, next one, Frankie. This guy for me is just a filler. It does good damage, and it can be still turned into a 10 star if you want. It does good damage to really good damage to support. It can silence supports as well, but it doesn't have too much of use in the late game. You will get better DPSs than him. So for me, Frankie will still be a filler. Filler someone that you will get him to up to 9 star at tops, and that's about it. He's gonna be either on B tier or A tier because he actually does good damage, but he's gonna be between them, okay? So between B tier and A tier for Frankie. So Garp as a fighter right now. We talk of him before as a tank, but as a fighter, he's gonna be an S plus, just between A and S. He's not bad. He's a good fighter that can tank as well. He's like a bruiser. He can heal himself. And after he goes to 10 stars, it definitely turns into an S, okay? So pre 10 stars is between A and S minus. And after you get into 10 stars, he's definitely gonna be S, okay? So he's a really good tank. He's A tier for tank, and he's gonna be a really good DPS for you. He will be on your front line sustaining himself. He's a really good S if you can get the holes on him, alright? So for me, overall he's gonna be on S minus. But that's just pre 10 stars. Afterwards, he goes up to S, alright? Inazuma. This guy can work as a filler for sure, and I'm gonna put him on A. This guy does really good single target damage, and he also has a high crit damage. He has crit rate in his second skill as well. So trust me, you want to get this guy to 9 stars if you don't have someone better to feed other crews that you have that are S plus or SSS later on. So if you just want a good filler that does good damage, Inazuma will do the job for you for sure. Kata. So this guy is a beast. This guy is gonna be an S plus, and I will explain really quick why S plus and not triple S. And this is just a loan. So Katakuri alone, it will be an S plus. And if you pair him with BB and W and Luffy and W, this guy is gonna be a monster. He's gonna go to triple S. Alright? Luffy is gonna increase his damage, and BB and W will explode all of his delayed damage that he will do. Also, this guy can dodge a whole bunch of damage. This guy wants to be in your front line for sure. And he's gonna do damage over time on their entire team whenever he can. Trust me, this guy is also a beast. Just like Fujitora, Katakuri is amazing. So, I explained why he stands in the S+, but as soon as you get him with the right crews, he goes to SSS for sure, right? So this is just because he's alone in the tier list, alright? If paired with someone else, he goes to SSS, triple S. Kid, I don't like too much of Kid. I've had enough testing with him to see he's good. He should be good because in stalling fights, let's say 15 rounds or plus, he should be doing good damage because He ignores defense and gets a lot of stacks with attack on his passive, but it just seems that it lacks something, man. I really don't. I like his kit, but when I test him, it just didn't feel it. You know, it's just I don't know. He's missing something. Trust me. If he had something else in his kit that might be able for him to do a little bit more damage, it would be usable. But it is weaker than Frankie for sure. I would put him in the C just as food or just as a really bad filler. I don't like it. He could do way more damage for the kit he has, and that's my personal thoughts about him. Let's talk about Luffy and W. This guy is a monster by himself. He's just gonna go in the same tier as Katakuri, and while paired with Katakuri, he's gonna go on triple S as well. He can buff Emperor damage, he can buff delayed damage. This guy when procs Gear 4 will not get CC'd. He will get tons of damage if the enemies have a whole row of crews. If not, they should be able to get at least two crews with the skill that he has, and he will do very good damage. Trust me, this guy is underrated, sorry. And if you pair him with the right crews, it definitely goes to triple S. Luffy, I like Luffy. I need more testing with him. I think he really does good damage, good single target damage, but I need to test him with the 13 star Haki to see how good he can be at 13 star, because I haven't tested him yet. But he goes without that Haki, he goes somewhere between A and S minus. Is a really good single target damage, and he's also the boss of your Straw Hats crew. If you're just doing a mono straw hats build, he wants to be in that team. That's for sure, because it will make your bleeds do more damage. Mihawk, I feel sorry for Mihawk. I really like Mihawk in One Piece, in the story itself, in the anime, but he sure does like something else. He's just like Kid. I tested him in the early game, in the mid game, he sounds good, but I tested him also in the late game, and trust me, it doesn't seem to do as well as before, as in the early game or in the late or in the mid game. Sorry, it should be able to one-shot people, but it doesn't do that. And uh, if you don't really defend him, you will die easily. I tried something which would be if revive work with this skill, with this kit, but it doesn't. It doesn't absorb the damage to release it after. If it dies, the damage is gone. When it gets revived, the damage stored kind of resets. So if they change Mihawk for something, let's say, okay, Mihawk dies, he dies, but he's gonna remain with the stored damage if he gets revived. That way I can see Mihawk being played, and I can see Mihawk actually being good. Right now, he doesn't have a place in this meta, and I'm just gonna give him a C tier. I don't like him. He's gonna be good for early and mid game, and he's gonna fall off really bad for the late game. So as a 9 star, he can be your filler for sure. He can be your frontline, but don't get him more than that. At least for now. If he gets changed and he gets that change in his death, so he can still have the stored damage if he gets revived, he will be good. Trust me. But right now, I don't like him. So Rayleigh, I feel I'm confused about Rayleigh because it's not confused. It's just hard to cheer Rayleigh because he has a skin. So Rayleigh without skin is definitely gonna be on S minus because he has stuns, which is CC, sluggish, whatever. And then he has a really good passive as well. He kind of heals himself when someone dies, and he will do more damage if someone dies as well. So he's actually good. But if you didn't saw his skin, go take a look at it. He's gonna attack up to 7 times with the skin maxed, and he's gonna do more 30% damage. if they are on sluggish. So this guy will do insane amounts of damage if he has his skin maxed. So if he doesn't have the skin, S minus is where he go. If he has skin, it's gonna be either S plus or triple S. Trust me, this guy is gonna do insane amounts of damage with the skin. Also, his skin his skill kind of changes a little bit because he's gonna attack 7 times, and if he kills someone, he will follow up on another guy, and he will do the remaining attacks on that guy as well. Ryuma, this guy is definitely an S for me. He has a lot of uses. He has a silence. He has a follow up. This guy has a heal. This guy has crit rate passive. I mean, you can't go wrong with Ryuma. Ryuma is just a solid S for me. He's gonna be that guy if you are in doubt of a DPS and you have Ryuma. You want to build him, no problem at all. You won't regret it. He has a good damage, he has a good kit, and he will work for you. Sabolucci. So this guy is definitely A or S minus for me. This guy is actually good, but he needs Ace or someone with Sluggish paired with him. Otherwise, he won't be that good because Sluggish actually will improve his set of skills. So for me, without someone else that does Sluggish, it's gonna be just a simple A. But for someone paired with him that is sluggish, example Ace, Ace would be the best for him. He would definitely go to S minus or just S. But he needs someone besides him to do that. So just solo, he goes to A tier. That's fair for him. Sanji, Sanji, I feel like alone, it will go to S minus, but in the Straw Hats comp, it will get S for sure. You will always attack the guy who will have the most attack on the enemy team, and also you will attack in a row, making everyone disorder if he can, of course. It's a 25% chance of disorder. If you don't know what disorder is, it's some type of confusion that your own crew will attack your own members, okay? Just with an auto attack, but they will still do damage to your own member. So you can CC lock at least 2 members from the other team. CC lock is getting someone under crowd control. And Sanji will also have good crit rate paired with Straw Hats due to the bleed mechanics on his passive. Shanks will be an S, that's for sure. He will be good in all stages. He falls a little bit at the late game without skin, but with skin I feel he can go definitely to an S plus. It does a lot of damage to tanks. It does a lot of single target, and it has a follow up as well. It deserves to be S tier, and it deserves to be S plus if he has a skin, for sure. If he's not SSS. I just don't feel it's triple S. I feel it's S plus, but it's definitely good. Don't take me wrong. Whitebeard. So this guy is really underrated. This guy at the early game is gonna be our best friend. He's gonna be triple S in early game. Early game for me is like 5 to 6 star. Okay. So this guy in early game is gonna be our best friend because he's gonna give you damage. He's gonna give you executes. He's gonna give you ill as he kills persons. But overall, for me, is an S minus. Between S minus and A. It just needs the right comp to fit in. He needs a crit comp along with him, and he needs a lot of AoE DPS, area of effect along him, so he can execute people faster. He's really good in the right comp, but I feel overall his usefulness is gonna be S minus. Yamato. Alone, she will be between A plus and S minus tier. With Straw Hats team, she will definitely go to S plus. That's for sure. She's really strong, she's really tanky, and she mitigates a lot of damage with the skin. She can also give that mitigation to other crew members as well, which will make Straw Hat comp really hard to deal if Yamato is skilled up in her skin. All right, and she does good damage, that's for sure. So alone she will still be A plus to S minus for me. Along with Straw Hats, she will go to up to S plus for sure. Zoro GL is a S for sure. He's one of the best free to play characters in the game. Even pay to win people love him. You just see insane numbers that Zoro will do all the time. It's just sad that the other Zoro will not feel the same. You can still do some DPS, but just not like this Zoro. This Zoro will do insane damage to tanks. If they are under bleed circumstances, you will do even more damage to them. This guy is a monster. If you have Zoro, please run him. He will do crazy good for you, just as Ryuma and Shanks as well. You can even do a free-to-play comp around Ryuma, Zoro, Shanks, and just two more crews, a Marine and a Supernova as well. So you can run like True Bege or Law something else, Garp even. Something like that. But these guys, these three fighters on S tier are really good and should be used by everyone if you can have access to it. So Absalom is here, why? Because he's like triple S food. For sure. Why is he triple S? Because you can easily get him in the guild and he can easily be upgraded in the guild as well. Because he will run Ogback and you can buy Absalom and Ogback in the guild shop. So he's a really good food for champ crews. Of course, I don't like him. He's good for bosses. Okay, so he can be B. You can run him on bosses. He will do good damage. But he's D for me. He just have that niche use, which is bosses. That's all there is. And it's just food. It's the best food for champs. Like I said, is triple S food for champs because you can get him pretty easy in the guild shop, but that's it. Wiper, he can do good in early game because he can sustain himself, but that's about it. Vivi, I really like Vivi. For free-to-play players, I would get it in the S minus tier. For pay-to-win people, they won't even run Vivi, so that's about it. But she is a free-to-play version of Shanks. If you don't have no clue who to build and you have a Vivi, please build her till 9 star. She will still be your food. So you have no reason to doubt her. Just give her a chance. She will do insane amount of damage for you. Just check her skills and then go check Shanks. It's about the same thing. Trust me. For this guy, Shiryu, it's just food. It's just emperor food. Trust me. Lucci, what do we think about Lucci? It can be either B tier or A tier. It's just gonna be a filler, okay? Just like Vivi. So a filler is someone that you will get till 9 star, okay? And then he will go out of your team. And that's about it. But it has crazy good damage, and it has also a chance to give heal block to people, which is crazy good. You will hit in 2 turns 10 times the front line, and it has about 45% chance of giving a crit in the second skill, which is gonna be tons of DPS. That's about it, guys. Really give Vivi a chance as a free-to-play player. She can only go to 9 star, of course, but you won't regret it. I tell you. All the others is pretty, my opinion, of course, but I hope you enjoyed what I had to bring you guys today, and I hope you stay safe. Have a good night. Peace out.